Welcome to Sunday Morning Live Meds. I'll give you guys a second to jump on board. Mate, I don't know about you, but I have been sleeping like shit. I don't know if anyone has felt the impacts of the full moon. Typically, I'm actually okay these days when it comes to the full moon, but like, wow, this last week, my sleep has been interrupted. I've been waking up with headaches. I go to sleep and then I'm just bang awake, and no matter what I'm taking, it's just not working. So I'm really hoping that this starts to settle, because I feel like fucking ass this morning. Anyway, good morning everyone. Welcome to Sunday Morning Live Meds and Tired Chats with Kat. What's Kerry saying? Morning Kat. Yeah, last night was a shocker. Yeah, but actually interestingly, Friday night, Steve, Mia, Ali and myself, we all slept really poorly, which is unusual. And like I said, full moons I'm generally okay. Anyway, just want to clear that didn't sleep well last night, but you know, we shall move on. Just turn the music down. I've got another little friend with us today. Chili, come here. Come here. Bailey's there. Where's Chili? Where's Chili? Come here. Come here. We're minding our friend's puppy dog, Chili. Come and say good morning. Say hello. Hello, Chili. This is our little friend, Chili Boom. You went for walkies this morning? Yes, you did. Yes. And Bailey's up on the couch sleeping. Oh, actually, Bailey's jealous. Sorry, Bailey. Look. Eek. Instagram. Look at Bailey. Jealous. Trying to find him. Okay, I'll leave him alone now. Anyway, what I would really like to share with you is yesterday I went to a beautiful sanctuary called Edgar's Mission. If you're from Melbourne, maybe you've heard of it. Maybe if you're from different states, you've also heard of it. And it's a place that I have been busting to go to for so long. I booked it in for this time last year, but the weather was too hot, so they had to cancel the tour. And then COVID took place, so it took us a whole year to get back in and rebook. And it's a place run and created by a lady named Pam. It's been open for 18 years. And it's an animal sanctuary, so animals that were for the slaughterhouse, or animals that had fallen off the back of trucks, or animals that had been treated really poorly by a farmer or an owner. Someone that has known that owner has surrendered the animal into Edgar's Mission. And it is one of the most beautiful places on earth. I literally got there and was so excited. I was so excited. I was like a little kid. I couldn't wait to meet these animals. And it just, I mean, look, I'm already converted, right? I'm converted. I eat vegan. I live vegan. And my choices are vegan. So I'm already converted. But what I wanted to share with you is their main quote, and I think it really applies beautifully to not just animals, but it can apply to how we treat others. And the quote that they have, I've just got it here on my laptop: if we could live happy and healthy lives without harming others, why wouldn't we? If we could live happy and healthy lives without harming others, why wouldn't we? And the point, or what I see within that quote, is we can. Like, yes, we could, but we can. We can live happy and healthy lives without harming others. And whether that be we can live healthy, happy lives without harming the people who we live with through our words or through our actions, the way we treat them, the way we speak to them. We can live happy and healthy lives by treating animals, whether they be domestic animals or whether they be, farmed animals, We can. We have that choice inside of us. We have set up a world. Now, if we go back, if we look at the animal area, we have set up a world where everything is like convenient. If there's no chicken on the shelves, or if there's no meat on the shelves, or if there's no fucking mangoes when it's not mango season, you know, we crack the shits. I'm not saying every single one of us, I'm generally speaking, right? And so what we are doing is we are harming the world. We are harming the planet. We are harming the resources of the planet. We're harming animals in the process. And we are buying into corporations. We're buying into big corporations that make billions of dollars that in the process harm our home. This is our home, right? I know we all live in a house, but the whole planet is our home. And we all have a choice to how we treat our home by choosing what we partake in, by choosing to live a happy, healthy life in conjunction with not harming others, or doing at least less harm. You know, and I recently interviewed, which I'm launching the podcast episode tomorrow. I recently interviewed a very powerful lady named Catherine Wills, who used to be in the fashion world with Country Road, Mimco, Jag, and all of that kind of stuff. And she was, you know, in the process of making leather bags and accessories and all that. And now she still makes accessories, but it has no harm on animals. And the products that they use has less harm on the environment. And she went through her own crisis period. I can't wait for you to hear the episode tomorrow. She went through her own crisis period of, fuck, I know what I'm doing is not contributing to the planet. It's harming the planet, it's harming animals. She was part of a system that catered to people's needs that were primarily selfish. You know, having a leather bag and how good that looks, right? And not thinking of what has taken place for that leather bag to be produced. So she was thinking about all of these things and having her own internal crisis. And she slowly but surely made the move over to leaving certainty, to leaving her pay packet, which was a big pay packet, her big position in the fashion world, and now standing alone and on her own, but now she's got a big brand called Sans Beast that produces bags without harming planet and without harming animals. And I really want to bring this quote to you, if you haven't heard it before, to have you consider this. If we could all live happy and healthy lives without harming others, why would we? Like, why would we? Why would we choose that? And I know we don't want to consciously choose that, but we unconsciously choose that. We unconsciously go to the supermarket, we choose what we choose, we unconsciously go and out for dinner and we order certain things. We can unconsciously treat the people in our lives like shit. We can unconsciously do a lot of things, but you know what? To me, like, not good enough. You can live through your life and be like, oh, I wasn't aware, I didn't know. You know what? We fucking know. There are documentaries, there are articles, there are shows like David Attenborough, who is like in his late 90s, still gives a fuck. That guy is still working to help us reverse what we're doing to this planet. There are resources out there that are staring us in the face. So not knowing or saying that you don't know, to me, it's just not good enough anymore. That to me is choosing not to know. Choosing that you don't want to know. Because when you know, you've got this like truth kind of like up in your fucking grill every time you go to the supermarket and you put, say for example, your apples in a plastic bag from the little roller thing. Truth is like, really? You need that? That piece of fucking plastic? ain't going to break down in your lifetime. Couldn't you have brought stuff from home? Couldn't you buy those other bags that are reusable? Truth comes into your face and goes, really? If you imagine, and this is what I was having this conversation with Steve, I was like, however many billion people on the planet, they all have a shopping center nearby them. They all just naturally go to get chicken, get meat, get this, get that, put their things in a plastic bag, like times that by 7 fucking billion people. And I know not everyone does it. I'm just generally speaking, right? No wonder our planet is in a tough state. It's like, fuck off, fuck you. But not even that, like our planet just needs us. The animals of the planet need us. The people in our lives need us to choose, how can I live a healthy, happy life that is less harmful? Just think of it like that. Have it on your wall. How can I live a happy, healthy life that is less harmful to the people that I love, to the animals of this world, to the land that we walk on, to the seas? How can I be less harmful? Because I promise you, your unconscious actions are harmful. Every single choice we make, there is an accumulative effect. Every choice you make, then your neighbor makes, then your partner makes, then your children makes, then your friend makes. If we're all making the same choices that are unconsciously harmful, I only have this a couple of times a week. I do this or I do that. Nah, man, times that by 7 billion people. I know, generally speaking, I know a lot of you here, I'm preaching to the choir, but I just want to reiterate this message. Look at these two. Hey, you're not harmful. You're too kind. See, these little dudes, they're not harmful. They live happy, healthy lives without creating any harm, without harming others, you know? Although Bailey does eat flies, so he does harm flies. Anyway, you get my point. But what does it take? What does it take in order for us to live a happy, healthy life without harming others? You know what it takes? It takes you to fucking come back here. It takes you to know better. It takes you to know better that your heart knows better, right? It takes you to know better that your heart knows better. Your heart knows the truth. And yes, there are big, massive corporations that don't live from here. They want the fucking money. Like the chicken industry is $1 billion company. The meat industry is $1 billion company. Of course, they're going to say, meat is the only way you can have protein. Meat is the only way you can grow. Meat is the only way you can do this. Meat is the only way you can do that. They have to market that so they can get their $1 billion fucking cash in the pocket. You know? So we can't rely, in my opinion, we can't rely on these big companies to change their ways, because they got their ways and their ways is making them money. But they are producing a fuck ton of harm. Now, if you go out to Edgar's Mission, you will, it makes me want to cry. You will see just how beautiful these animals are. You will see it. You will feel it. You will see the being inside of the animal. You'll see the being inside of the animal. You'll feel the being inside of the animal. And when you hear the stories of what they go through, and that some babies are born on the back of trucks when they're about to go and be slaughtered, or they're about to be transported and the babies fall out the back. Like, that's not cool. That ain't cool. When you hear that baby pigs, they rip out their teeth and they cut off their tail, because when they're held in captivity and they're held in tight spaces, they go fucking bananas. And when they start going bananas because they're uncomfortable in that tight space, they start chewing the other pig's tail. So as a result, they pull out their teeth and cut off the tail. Like, are you kidding me? We think that's okay, and that's actually acceptable. That's acceptable by law. That's acceptable by law. And so if we can't rely on these big companies to go, oh, whoops, there's my heart. I'll choose my heart over billions of dollars. then it's got to be us. Margaret Mead said, never doubt that a small group of committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. Like, listen to those words, hear those words. Never doubt that a small group of committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing it ever has. And you, as my community, I believe it is my duty. It is my duty to share what I see, to share what I experience, and then to have you question what you're doing. To have you question what you're doing and ask, fuck, is what I'm participating in more harmful than I'm daring to see? More harmful than I care to see? All because I like the taste, or all because it's convenient, all because, whatever your reason may be. But like I said, this quote of if we could live happy, healthy lives without harming others, it doesn't just have to apply to animals. It can apply to your family. What am I doing now? What are you doing now that is creating harm to your family members or to your friends or within your workspace? Like, how can we cultivate a nicer place? Seriously, how can we cultivate a nicer place? The answer is here. The answer is we've got to come back to here. Because when you come back here, a lot of the stuff that you did unconsciously, you'll see it's like, shit, what was I a part of? What was I doing? So I'm going to take this into meditation now with this question in mind. How can I live a happy, healthy life and not generate harm and do less harm? That's the prompting question that we'll take into today's meditation. So get yourselves nice and comfortable, and please, after this, go and check out Edgar's Mission. Go out there, take your children, take your family, take your friends. I'm going back out there. Please go and see the being in the animal. If you can see the being inside your own dog or cat, you will see the being in these sheep, in these goats, in these cows, in these pigs. And if we think that we're the only species on the planet that when our kids are being hurt or taken, that hurts, you're fucking wrong, man. You're wrong. See it for yourself. Don't let me, don't just take my word for it. See it for yourself, experience it for yourself. Anyway, let's take this into meditation. Where's my song? Chili. Okay. If you can hear licks, these two are trying to steal the ball off each other. Okay, get yourself nice and comfortable. If you haven't already, close down your eyes. Take a nice big deep breath through your nose. And then out. Big breath in. And then out. Big breath in. And then out. Just take a moment here to settle in. And just set the intention here to be of highest service to yourself. And set the intention also of being honest with yourself. And if it feels good for you and true for you, place your hand over the center of your chest. And just breathe into your heart. And ask yourself this question. How can I live a happy and healthy life and contribute to less harm? How can I live a happy and healthy life and do less harm? And let your heart answer this, not your head. What changes is your heart calling you to make to do less harm? And as you're here, ask your heart, what is something that you can begin doing the moment you open your eyes differently? Or in other words, what are you willing to do? What is your heart willing to do? To do less harm. And now it's up to you, listen to it. The choice is now 100% up to you, whether you choose to listen to your heart. or choose to ignore it. Take a big deep breath in through your nose and then out. Big breath in and then out. Big breath in and then out. And then when you feel ready, you can open your eyes. Thank you for joining me for this Sunday morning med sesh. I'd like to finish it off by saying it's inconvenient listening to your heart. It's inconvenient listening to your heart when you've set your life up to be a certain way. But to me, it feels real shit when we don't listen to our heart. We know it has something to say. Often we can hear what it says and then we ignore it. That to me is painful. Very painful. And almost haunting as well when we know better. And sometimes, yes, we can, when we know better, we do better, but sometimes we can still know better and not do better. To me, that's like dishonoring the self. That is dishonoring the self. And then no wonder we feel incongruent. No wonder we feel inauthentic. No wonder we feel like we don't trust ourselves or believe in ourselves or back ourselves. You know, it's inconvenient to listen to your heart. But God damn it, the life that you live is so much more, you feel so much more proud. And there becomes this willingness to go, that's cool, whatever's inconvenient, I'll go again. I'll do it again. You know, for myself, lastly, my last point, I wanted to compost for ages, and didn't want to put my food to waste, the waste food to waste. So I would often take my things to, what's it called? I would put all my waste food and take it to like a local place that took it, but because of COVID, they've all shut. So I'm like, fuck. So I started throwing out the food again, but my heart was like, you know better. You know better. You've watched enough documentaries to know better. So I ordered these awesome bokashi bins, BOKSASHI, where you can home compost. It doesn't, and it's neat and it's tidy and it doesn't smell and it's great, and the juice that comes out of these bins you can put back into your garden and it creates nutrient-rich soil. Like, holy shit, fucking amazing. But you got to give enough of a shit about your heart and what it says to follow through, right? Like I said, when we know better, we can do better, but sometimes we don't do better. And I'm asking you to do fucking better. Disco Bunny has already said she's going to start by buying reusable veggie bags. Bang. The shit that I buy for the girls from Baker's Delight, I reuse that bag. I reuse that bag to pack their lunch. I make them bring home. Actually, I don't even give them Glad bags anymore. I reuse my containers, the plastic containers, until they're totally dead, not just after one use. I put their sandwiches in there. Glad wrap, see you later. Doesn't exist in our fucking house. Does not exist in our house. We now have 4 bins. We have the bokashi bin, we have recycle bin, we have waste bin, and then we have soft plastics bin. Steve thinks I'm nuts, but he supports me. The girls are like, are you serious? I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm serious. Take your sweet little ass and put that plastic outside. Or put the food outside in the bin. Inconvenient, I get it. But like I said, you will live a far better life where you feel proud of yourself and you will know you are not doing as much harm. You are contributing rather than taking from this world. And fuck knows we need more of that. We need more people who are willing to contribute to this world rather than take from it. That is my end note today. And I really urge you to keep this question in mind. How can I live a happy, healthy life and do less harm? Keep that in mind. I love you all. Let's fingers crossed we all sleep better because of this full moon. Yes, Giovanna, it's fantastic. It's a bit of an outlay. I think it's like $200 to buy the 2 bins. It comes with the sawdust thing. It's called a bokashi bin, Bokashi. It comes in white, comes in black, comes in like a neutrally kind of color too. And yeah, it's so easy. You put your scraps in and then this bokashi mix on top, which decomposes all the stuff. And then like after about 2 days, you open up the tap, you have like a little bucket or a little container, and then all the juice, which that doesn't smell so great, goes into there. You dilute the juice and then you can put it into your your garden. And that's what I've been doing this whole week. And I'm really interested. I'm actually doing a test experiment to see if these plants grow more than other plants. I'm doing it on one side and not on the other. So experimental time. These dogs, so this one here, Chili, he's a cavoodle. Bailey, we're not sure what he is. We rescued him from a friend who didn't want him. And we're not sure. They said he was a cavoodle, but he's way bigger than a cavoodle. He's got super long legs. So we don't know, but he's beautiful, won't you? Yes. So yes. Also too, you can go to your local shops and buy the reusable things that you put your veggies and stuff into. There's no need for plastic. There's no need for plastic. Please use a bloody keep cup. Like, there is no need to have, again, 7 billion people on the planet all buying coffee or a little cappuccino or a little fucking baby tuna. It's like, no wonder the waters are like, piss off. Seriously. Anyway, keep the question in mind. How can I live a happy, healthy life and do less harm? I really want you to write that on your whiteboard, write that on your fridge, write that somewhere, and keep it front of mind. Go to Edgar's Mission if you live in Melbourne. Anyway, I'm out. Mwah, 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 mwah. Love you all. Fingers crossed, sleep better. Wow.